do yangu itete. Mibishani nao nacha do yangu iteke. Kizini makaongo sikuteta pepe. Nilitemu kwa kamfani sasa inatikisha kichele. Unadeni kweke vasi itabidi ulipe na dolare. Katega weni mredika wezi shinda na kotare. Unachapewa tukapare. Unajamia nani kutandani. Cheki ati unampenda magunga. Sijacheza na unga. Niko dunia sijashuka. Wananipea sijashtuka. Unanyamba na nusa. Na shamba kanji ziko mpepe. Kuongezea chain na chuzi nimembai mapete. Na nikiingia kwa track sanajua yuko mtele. Nakata shing kama mashete. Na sema kwa makismat na kanji ziko mpepe. Kuongezea brain na chuzi nimembai mangoto. Na mangoja mapress na chuzi teko zina mezesha. Na tunawasha uskizi na mezesha. Na tunawasha uskizi na mezesha. Na nimepiga na mezesha. Nasikia mateni za machine boy wa mezesha. Kanji ziko mpepe. Kuongezea chain na chuzi nimembai mapete. Na nikiingia kwa track sanajua yuko mtele. Nakata shing kama mashete. Sema kwa makismat na kanji ziko mpepe. Kuongezea brain na chuzi nimembai mangoto. Na mangoja mapress na chuzi
mini kona mangoto lakini hazinanga receipt. That is Brooklyn Boys with Machete right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tubonge right here on the Black on Fire Network, the media of the 21st century. Hanging out with the one and only Camlish, and I have the best panel with me. Okay, I have the Canadian with the Eskimo hat.
No, it's called the bunny.
Okay. Do some bunny stuff.
It's called. Also, I'm a bad bunny today.
Mkujana akiendelea hivyo anaweza anza kuandikia tu mstari. You know. But yeah, we have E, the nerd of the day.
Happy days.
What auonangi?
I'm
So
sorry.
don't do that.
Like
Yeah, light. Too much light. Like since I was a little girl.
Okay. Mine
Just light.
yeah, mine is light too. For me it's light as well. So I tend macho zangu zokuwa red sana when I'm exposed to too much light.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Lights, you know.
Yeah.
Mine start aching or they start tearing.
Oh, yes, I like
Light.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, light by day. You know, too much light will actually make your eyes itch. And then ukijikuna they turn red. Yeah. So.
Funny story and a fact. When we were in class 2, we had a girl who had an eye problem. Then akafanya hivyo macho mpaka ikaingia ndani. What?
Lirudi.
She had to go to the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
Walirudisha.
Yeah, like the eyeball disappeared. Like. Oh my goodness. So I'm always like, I'm always super scared to like scratch my eyes like that. Because she was like doing it.
I think her immune system wasn't strong.
Hata muscles, hata macho.
Exactly. Because class 2
because that was crazy. Yeah, we were like terrified. We were like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like who's watched Pirates of the Caribbean? Is that pirate whose eye is always popping out? And then anaitaftanga and then wipes it first like with spit, okay, then and it's working. You know, wouldn't it be nice if like that is what happens if your eye pops out? Like you just take it and you really sharp and it just continues working.
No.
Yeah, it would be nice. Like,
no, what
like
do you mean?
You can borrow mine.
No, I don't.
So you give me your eyes today.
No.
Nataka kuona mbali.
Kuna watu hao ni mbali. Yes.
Una exchange watu na mse kumumseni kibofu.
Alafu travel.
Na macho zako.
In the US.
What if you can call them back?
Bro.
Zina fly. Coach. So,
That much eyes.
no, that would be nice.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to borrow anybody's eyes.
Me too.
Mm-mm.
Some other things.
Right? Mm-hmm. Some other.
I mean, it depends.
No, not at all.
I love my eyes.
I wouldn't.
Me, I'd like to see it from other people's perspectives. No, sasa kuona na macho zao. Umejishika na pilipili? Hi. Macho ni moto. Sasa Joby sahi. How about right now we exchange macho na mtu? So you'd like that, yeah?
Not really.
Yeah, unamtolea tu naambia hebu ikuashe kidogo, jipatie yako.
Just put some ice in it or some soda.
Mi naweza taka. Me by there, I think I'm very liberal on body whatever augmentation. Yeah, like what if you could make your heart never stop? Or like reverse aging, or like
What?
yeah,
What about
like
your
napata, like you can freeze like your age, like your body aging at a certain point.
You can freeze your body.
No, like the aging process. Like let's assume you want
Okay.
to be like 28 forever. Like you can reverse your body to like a 28-year-old like body status, and you just keep it there, like for like
So like
900.
I don't think it's
body for
fun.
1,000 years.
I think
Yeah,
it's
but you're
for
3,000
everybody.
years old.
I watched that movie. There's a movie like that.
No, for the
Vampire
chosen
Diaries
few.
also.
No, like there's a
Killer.
movie like that, and she was always young because something hit her from the galaxy,
Yeah.
and she actually stayed young, like
Yeah.
20 forever, and then she would fall in love, and then the partner will get old
Yeah, and then she
and
would
dies, and she would not.
Oh, okay.
She was tired
Blake
of
Lively.
Blake Lively, yes.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie like
Yeah.
3 times.
Vampire Diaries was not like that. When
No,
they
those
were
were
like
vampires.
1,000 years. and
Really
they would
come.
come back and be like, I'm 5,000 years.
Yeah.
In the 19-year-old.
But those are vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now imagine that.
Yeah.
But now it's scientific.
Yeah.
See, like how people right now are like freezing their dead bodies for like, hopefully in future, like you can resurrect me or something. Now imagine like that doesn't need to happen. Like you're 99 today, and then you can reverse it to like 22. It's like the way women be playing with makeup nowadays. The other day, me and a friend were looking at a certain video of Mumama when you return back time to become a Gen Z man.
Transition. No, it's an art. Now what you do is it's not like that. I've seen the mumama. She's like granny. She's like edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they ni app
Miss
ni
Keisha.
filters.
Oh.
Yeah, it's filters. So when she's doing it and then the transition is another different person. That's the original her. But when she's doing the makeup anatumia another filter, the old filter.
So the filter ni kukaa mzee.
Ndio akifanya transition unaona ni damn, that's her real self. She's young.
Lakini hakuna kitu mbaya kama unaenda unachota Gen Z unaamka na shosho yako bwana. That is traumatizing.
It's the age of Adeline. Adeline, who has been 29 years for
yeah.
8 decades.
Imagine that. Just 8 decades.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna be like.
In that movie,
Oh.
she didn't like get it worked out because she was so like very sad for her when she was falling in love, and then all her partners get old.
haina shida mkufe tu.
For her,
Um,
like she had to experience the white hair and everything like that.
Who wants to
Her,
Who wants
in
to
the
experience
movie.
backache?
I feel like the way what one said, it would be boring.
Really?
And then
Yeah.
all your friends are dead.
It would be boring. Like, I feel like it would be really boring.
So like
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. I love the changing. I love seeing the changes in, as I get older.
Well,
as
you're
much
getting
as-
older here, just not physically. Physically, I'm 29. Really,
Are you
I'm
serious?
3030.
Her mother was like
There's mental
her
and
daughter
physical changes.
was
Listen,
older than
listen.
her grandmother,
If
and she looks like
let's assume that that's the case.
Everything mental.
Listen, let's assume that's the case, right? When I notice like y'all Nanza Kuzeka, I just move countries. I don't see y'all till y'all. I don't see y'all ever again, actually. Okay?
your friends will grow older and die.
Oh yeah, everybody grows older and dies.
Everybody
but-
you know will just be
and I'll know new
I had
people.
a great grandma. She died at 120, 129.
Yeah.
And by the time she was dying, because she had died fast.
She died fast.
Yeah, it's true. Like she died.
came back again.
She came back. Like when my pups were kids. She died for like a long time.
Like
And-
days.
Yeah, and then she woke up.
Acha
during her
hizo.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, like I told, it's real. I've been telling people this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a
Wait,
real story.
So like siku ngapi?
I think
Alitoka
it
kwa
was
grave ama
because people
hakuwa bado
walikuwa
amewekwa
wanazikwa
chini?
immediately, right? Like I think cause akukwa na morgues and stuff.
Yeah.
Hako amezikwa akamleta.
Yeah.
So siku ya kuzikwa sote wakuja na lia nini. She woke up. And that was before we were born. My paps were like young. So it's a story yenye si tumegrow tukisikia, but our pops saw it like everybody. So she lived. Yeah, I've even said this before. I've even explained to Kid. He explained it. He said it.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Rigor
Like
mortis.
literally. I don't know how, but she died and then she woke up. So
Inakuanga ni-
I don't know. She woke up.
In the
I was
grave?
no. Si alikuwa ameweka kwa si si unajua wako na zikwa hadi na casket. Walikuwa nafungwa tu na mats, kitambo and stuff. So she was still in a mat, so people would come. Watu wameshaanza
before the burial.
yeah, sasa sikia
Okay.
burial. Sasa woi watu wachache washakuja, and then she was like topic at drums ready and everything. She woke up. The first thing alitisha ni uji moto, crazy, yeah?
Because she was cold, you
And
know.
then
What did
and
I
then
do?
I-
Ask her. Like, what happened
People
over
ran.
there? Tell
the
me.
first thing of course
Would
people
you?
ran.
Of course.
Someone you love.
Of
course.
sikia kwanza
Why
tu bado
run?
iwezo
Yeah, I'm not
utakuwa
like- I'm
like
curious.
I wouldn't run.
Like, I
I'm
want
scared of
fresh
a
memories.
corpse, personally. I've gone to I saw my mom.
But this
I
is
saw my
different. This is a
auntie,
corpse that
my
has come
auntie.
back. Okay, this is like zombie
Somebody
mode
you
now.
love. Bless you. You'd run away.
Yeah, I
A
think
bit.
I took from a distance.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
like
like-
utashtuka
Hapo-
kwanza. Ya
Utashtuka.
kwanza
I'm
utashtuka.
gonna run away, then come back.
Yeah, of course. Like,
I'm
yeah.
curious.
I
Let me
know,
come back
right?
and see. Is this
So
real?
people
But
ran.
it's either flight or fight. And in this,
Exactly.
because I don't know if it's her or
You ran.
it's a zombie.
I wasn't born in what
Oh,
John.
sorry.
Oh my god, this is like my pops now. My pops, that
One
is
was
his
theoretical
grandma.
at the time, eh?
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is now my pop's grandma,
Okay.
right? Like my great grandma. So after that, she lived till 120.
Nine.
So yeah, 129.
Yeah, wow.
So by the time she was living, everybody had died, all her age mates.
Yeah.
And she used to say she was so bored. She's like, I don't have any age mates. Like there's nobody. And then it's like, you know, at those ages where you just become like a baby. So
Yeah.
alikuwa tu come to like anatolewa nje, just like a baby.
Now you see.
And all that, like she was going through like a hard time at old age.
Yeah.
Because sasa hiyo unakaa. But she used to say one thing. She doesn't fancy being alive because all her age mates are dead. Yeah, because hakukuwa na mtu. So she had even lost her memory. Tulikuwa tunaenda just to make fun, because if you go there, she even became, I think, blind at a certain point. You go into this yourself.
Oh,
The
yeah.
funny thing, she had
I went through that as
she
well
had
with my
like
great
I
grandma.
don't know how she would know, but she would tell the grandchild and great grandchildren by names, and she would tell when you go to nani. And remember, our pops were like 10, so all his grandchildren and all his great grandchildren. She would go and say, "I'm Lizzie from this and this to you," and she would know. So we would go change your voice.
Yeah.
Pretend.
Kwambia hapana.
Tunamuli leo unakuja na character ingine, kesho ingine. But I remember her saying, I just remember the new one says, if you grow old, you don't want, because I had her saying she really wants to die. And when she died, people didn't cry. It was like celebration. Most of the time, I didn't feel like sikama ile matanga ya. Ilikuwa like more of celebrating life than death.
Than death.
Yeah.
No, but you see now, the difference is this. You don't grow old. You don't need diaper changes. You're 25. Young, virile,
Yeah.
but with 129 years worth of experience on this earth. Okay? Just hang out. Like, because I feel like sometimes there is futility in how short human lives are. That's why humans are so bad at long-term planning. Like we think we long-term plan, but when you think about it in space of nature and things like trees, like a tree can live for like 300, 400, 500 years. You get, and you feel like since you planted it, you're superior. But it's almost like they hacked longevity, and the way if they had cognitive minds and could function and had such long spans of time, the way they function is very different from how we do. So now imagine humans with the capability of functioning for like 500-600 years would what you consider vital or important to you right now be viewed at the same? Will we plan with the same intensity and zeal for life? You know, or even yet, sit and imagine a successful human population about 1 million years from now that has the capability of galactic travel, and you can actually change not only your planet but your galaxy or even your solar system, and just go to another. Would you view real estate the same way? No, it's about showing people how menial things you view as important, like real estate right now. When resources become infinite, okay, whatever you consider valuable becomes meaningless. Not ish. It's like if we harvested the asteroids around our solar planet, the prices of gold.
We harvested?
I know.
Yeah, because we are harvesting them. We are mining, harvesting.
Just hypothetically.
Just the only thing in that to limit the technology.
Right? Yeah. Because it's not possible.
No, it is. No, listen. At one point,
how? Tell us.
Listen, at one point, everybody considered even what we consider technology now.
No, we're talking about the galaxy.
Oh yeah. All we need to do is figure
How to
out.
harvest the galaxy.
How?
Oh.
Exactly.
So, by physics. No,
Don't
listen.
put the physics.
No,
Like
but
the
it
way you
has
can
to be done.
explain to a normal
Yeah,
individual
but I will have
who
to
doesn't
put
know
some physics.
who hated physics.
Who hated physics. So everything is matter and everything is up for
Hated
exploitation.
physics.
Excuse me. Kila
Someone
kitu
who's
can
watching.
be exploited. Okay? Everything is a resource that
Okay.
you don't know how to use yet. Okay? So even the galaxy as it is an infinite resource.
Okay.
Ni kama
That's
a mine
true. Yeah.
yenye haujui tu how kuchimba yet.
I
So
agree.
imagine kama solar, right?
Okay.
If we figured out how to harvest solar energy, we wouldn't
Is
need.
it energy or literally the galaxy?
No,
or
what
the
do you,
energy that
what-
comes
what-
from the
what do you
solar?
consider energy? What do you think the galaxy is? What are you like? You're like a mini galaxy by yourself that is functioning at a very low level of heat and energy that is produced by your heartbeat. But that generation of heat powers up cells that don't even realize they are cells within you. They think they're almost like complete whatever if they could fathom. You get. So the galaxy is basically, it's alive. That's why it has suns. That's why it has. That's why everything
energy.
within it is living.
Literally, it's energy.
It's energy
Yeah.
that is up to be tapped. And that's how you should look at everything in life, like energy that's ready to be as a
That's
resource.
different. I look at different.
No, but
things
that's
in life
harvesting
like
the
that.
galaxy. That's why
The galaxy was
when I
harvested.
say in physics, when
Yeah.
yes, I am.
They view
So
things as
so-
energy and everything
so
like that.
if like a type 1 civilization will actually not be visible to people, if you understand what a Kardashian scale is and types of civilizations. A type 1 civilization, hata hatuwezi iona. We'd look at it, the only way we'd know it's there is there'd be a hole in the galaxy that should have stuff. But anyway, watch Neil deGrasse Tyson.
So what
for
are we
more.
attaining from
From
the
that?
galaxy?
When you plan everything in galactic terms, you realize everything is useless, and you
So
should
it's all,
actually,
so it's all useless.
in a sense, yeah. That's why everything you consider valuable right now, in the long term, isn't.
So what's the point right now in regards to harvesting the galaxy and everything like that?
He's out here trying to mine whatever. So
Because I'm like, so what's the point?
no, the point is, if you could have everything, if you could have as much gold, if you could have
Okay.
as much resources as you wanted, if you could have not only 30 acres of land,
Right.
but planets,
Okay.
would you consider the things you consider valuable right now?
Okay.
There are
Okay.
things I'd still consider valuable
Okay.
in my
Like-
life.
like what?
Not everything.
So you see those things you consider valuable when everything else monetary isn't. Those are actually the important things in life. Knowledge, family.
Yes.
I wanted to say family.
Yeah.
Because I'll still want to consider them.
Those people, those are the important things in life,
Yeah,
not your job, not your
even saying about the job, because when you asked
not
me
your
like what I was
properties.
gonna say family, people in love,
Yeah.
you know, and stuff like that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's an exercise where you ask yourself how to prioritize what in life.
So we're not harvesting the galaxy.
We can, we just don't have the technology to. Why do you think Musk is trying to go to Mars? For charity?
To see what's
Of all the
in there.
people for charity, him.
Oh no. He's the minute you can cultivate another planet, you own it. That's But anyway, yeah, today we are talking about police brutality.
Wow.
From Galaxy Harvesting.
Hey, Kamlesh will take you around the corner for 21 good hours.
Then come back to the corner.
That's what's up.
No, but if you understand what I'm saying, it connects
Yeah.
perfectly to this. Okay?
Yep.
Let's talk about police brutality. Because we saw some scenes yesterday that were not so pleasing. What are your opinions about it, starting with Joby?
We did talk about it yesterday, but of course,
The story has developed.
yeah, the story is still, making Kenyans super mad, parents, those brothers, sisters, because I feel like it's so sad to, I don't know, Sansei. For me, it was just thinking about like this cop. Does he have a sister? Does he have a brother? Like, to the point where you have to shoot someone if they're not a threat to you
They
as a
said it
cop
was
when
a
you're
rubber
doing your
bullet.
job. Because I believe you're supposed to be only responding if the protesters are a threat to you. And you're not supposed to be using actually live bullets. It's supposed to be rubber bullets.
For me, I had a better idea, just suggesting before
So
you
do you,
continue.
hold on, do these people have brothers, sisters? Do you think about even your mother? Like, does your mother and your father like what you do? Do they even know what you do? Can you stand straight and tell your folks what you do? Can they stand that? Taking people's blood, innocent lives confidently. It was just the bold move for me, unshaken. You've seen the video, right? Unshaken.
Are you serious? And he walked off like nothing happened.
It's like
honestly,
a daily me, I had a
They don't
suggestion.
have a conscience. It's
I had a
bad.
suggestion. Perfect for maandamanos. Polisi wasipewe guns na bullets. No, only guns allowed is tear gas. Actually, waongeze tear gas even more. Na shields, but guns are not allowed. Lakini wapewe mawe. Wanaweza tutupia mawe, tunaweza watupia mawe. You get? Because here's the thing. The minute you can shoot me dead na mimi nakugonga tu mawe unaumia, there is an unfair advantage. Na hakuna ati wewe kukuja na hizi protective gear. Unakuja kama mimi. Na ile look yako ya daily.
Oh.
Yeah. See you dress.
Identify kama karao.
Yeah, like ile
Oh,
uniform
okay.
yako ya daily.
Got it.
No, ile uniform tu yako yenye unaendanga nayo kazi. There's
Yeah,
no
that's
armor,
fine.
whatever,
The
at
uniform,
gearing yourself
Yeah.
up for conflict. Wewe chukua hiyo uniform yako ya daily. Ile shield yako, hiyo tutakupea. Na ukuje na tear gas. Tear gas actually triple it. Wapatie mingi.
Okay.
Na sisi tukuje tuna mawe tu. Because at this point we have to start evening out the odds, But continue.
Well, that is never gonna happen. That is an imaginary solution, but
I can't wish.
which will never happen. Because if this was to happen, it should actually be globally. Cops globally overpower people because they know they can shoot, and they I don't know, kuna mtu alikuwa anauliza makarao nafikirianga they are really above the law. Who do they think they are?
They
The
call
law.
themselves the law.
You know?
And they're the law because they're the government. Like that's the perspective they've been given.
Yeah.
Now ndio sheria.
You are,
Also given
what do you,
directives,
we are,
honestly.
he is, what do you call someone who works for, especially kuna hii jina ya the drug, the in this sense is a drug dealers. You know, there's always this cop who's always reporting to the highest family.
Ah.
You know, there's a name. No. There's always a cop who's always reporting to kuna jina unakwanga amepewa. So those are literally our police. No, not really. No, not the Mexican names, Latino names.
No, like, but it's always when you watch like a series, and then they're dealing with drugs, and then in that precinct or like FBI office, there's always that Mexican guy. You always know that this guy, at some point, this guy will turn against these people.
There's a name given, but I'd say literally, police officers are you're nothing but just servants.
Of course.
Not only just to
Uncle
us,
Tom's.
but actually you are brooms used to clean the messes of these politicians of what they really can't handle themselves. So utatumwa, then the blood is gonna be on your hands. At the end of the day, like Papanani, as much as we're gonna say Ruto must go, is the one calling, he has the right to stop the shots, you know. Still, karma knows is you. So it's just crazy, man. It's crazy for me. I think that's what I can say for now. It's insane. It's the theft of ukiri kama uni, could be your brother, could be your sister,
your uncle, your father.
And maybe that day you are not on duty, then the same thing happens. And then I was even thinking of, we're living in a very corrupt system, a system that has set up corruption even in schools where you can be chased for anything. You know, especially in boarding schools nowadays. We're hearing students dying on the buses on their way. Sijui amefukuzwa, the parents were not informed. Mtoto amefukuzwa, mara amekufia on their way. There was an incident that happened literally that I think 2 weeks ago or a week ago, where a student was alifukuzwa kutoka shule. The parents were not told, and he died on his way.
What?
Now imagine with this demonstration. Yesterday we had goons wametumwa nje. Upatane na watoto wa shule.
Bana.
Because we're living again in a system of where kama hujalipa school fees utafukuzwa. Shule si ya mama yako ama babako. They don't care. Utafukuzwa. If you don't have something probably that you're supposed to be providing, you're gonna be chased. Again, without the parents' consent or guardians' consent.
And they're never notified.
You go bump into those such kind of chaos. Unaanzia wapi? Actually, what kind of trauma is that to students?
That's true.
So it's, I don't know, critical thinking again.
Failure. Hapo hivyo tunawapatia critical thinking failure.
Because unaenda ukitia, it's even, I have even an organization of how you're gonna, strategy of how you're gonna pull out police officers outside. The kills
not police
don't
officers
help.
plus goons.
No, the kills don't help. Anyway.
Hata hujafikia goons. What do you have to say about yesterday's events?
Definitely be scraped off, all of them, all these cops.
Scraped off. She said scraped off like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a heart, their conscience is dead. They don't have a conscience.
Literally.
Yeah, when you do something over and over, maybe something you know it's wrong, that part of your conscience is dead. You just do it so easily.
Like
you don't even think twice.
Is there medications like maybe this
Honestly.
take?
No,
Maybe
somebody asked
But
me
it's
that.
the training, you know.
Yeah.
The training is the one that makes them fucked up, Joe.
So a lady when I was going home yesterday asked me,
training is
kwani
really bad.
you training yao inawatoanga utu?
It's the training because they're taught to be animals. That's why you hear the judges even saying, this police, and the cops are taught
They
to
don't
kill.
have a heart.
For them, mostly the ones in the military, everybody's your enemy.
And we also have
So when
the
you go
GSU,
fight,
who don't care if you're a kid, if
and
you're
then
a
kuna
mother.
wanaitwa
Hata
fanya
kuku
fujo
yako
uone,
Yes.
they're the GSU.
Yes.
Fanya fujo uone.
Yes, those
sio?
are the GSU.
Exactly.
Those
Utaona,
ones are
bro.
just whoa.
Utaona, bro.
Fanya fujo
Whoa.
uone ni wa GSU utajujui. So it's the training that happens
Yeah.
over there because it damages their brain. That's why when they get out of training, unaweza kuwa na mtu tu fiti. Unamjua akitoka training,
mori
uangalia
yako
tabia zake,
anymore.
uko like this is not the same person. They
Right.
believe that everybody is an enemy.
Yeah.
And everybody is just supposed to be treated like that.
And it makes
So
sense
they
the
don't
fact that they have their own community where they also live. It
Yeah.
definitely makes sense.
That thrives on bribes.
Yeah, but also it's also directives, I believe, from the top of the top. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Because they've been conditioned to
Yes.
follow orders.
Thank you.
The orders matter more than
Thank you.
the lives at
Right.
stake.
And also,
Yeah.
I think for their security purposes, because also, if these people, because they report
Yeah.
report back the guns during the day.
Yeah.
If they were living with people at night, meaning they're normal human beings, and probably you did something wrong to somebody during the day, they pull up on you. So for their own security purposes, they are created just
Yeah,
to be
their own
isolated in their
community.
own spaces, so that
But don't
they
you,
can be safe.
don't you think that's enabling? Like, don't
It
you
is,
think?
of course.
Don't you think that? You see, the fear of or the realization of that my neighbor is not the enemy should be put forth. Not that my neighbor is my fellow policeman, so I can do whatever I want
But
in
you know how
society.
the government works, Kamlesh?
Oh, I get how
yeah,
the
you see how
government
the
works.
government works.
We are talking about a utopian society.
Exactly. And if we say for real, when anajita on the serikali, if you look at the serikali and the common mwananchi, serikali is an enemy of mwananchi.
True.
So
That
if
is
police
true.
is part of serikali, mostly he is the enemy of the people.
That is so
So
true.
that's why it works like that. They have to be conditioned to function like that. And their mind has been corrupted so that they view their neighbors. And it's crazy because in Embakasi you used to see some getting off from the barracks wanakuja kuishi
Yeah.
around the place, because we used to live around the barracks.
Yeah.
Wanakuja kuishi ndani ya
Mtaa.
mtaa and stuff, but they used to also have homes huko
In the
ndani.
barracks,
Yeah, in the
yeah.
barracks.
It's crazy because even yesterday, the people are supposed to be protecting now businesses. Not only were they seen talking to goons, but they also spotted carrying laptops.
Yes, stealing.
Yes, yeah.
But apparently I've seen who's the MP, women rep of Nairobi, Kasaris.
Oh, she
Yeah,
is.
she's yeah, yeah. So she's come out to say, let the media. I saw this and I was so mad. Let the media not give false information.
kidding me?
The police have rescued. Let's use the right time.
Are you serious?
They've rescued the laptops, not stolen. That's what she said. And the laptops are actually at the police station.
I thought you were saying they've rescued the people.
If nobody, and that's why I say there's power in media. If people hadn't captured the police carrying those laptops,
I know.
it's just a change of theory. They would have, the laptops would have gone. People
Of
are not
course.
dumb. Most definitely. It's
Of
because
course.
they were captured on camera on vlogs carrying the nimeona mwingine kwa umemwona huyu mwenye amepigwa picha akipanda na laptop tatu.
Are you serious?
Kwa gari ya polisi.
Yep.
Yeah. There's
It shows also
footages.
they're not really paid really well, obviously. And
Yep.
actually to do such acts, like how did that cop just walk off like
No,
nothing happened?
listen. I don't think it's even about fine. Are they well
No,
compensated?
still, I don't
Maybe
think so.
not. Maybe
No,
not.
maandamano
But how many of
yalikuwa
us?
different ni wapi?
No, listen.
You know, kama if these
How
funds
many-
are located aside,
Then
definitely
ukialloketiwa kwenda maandamano
because even last time it happened.
unalipwa.
And then
How
you
many
just carry
people
a
are
laptop.
underpaid?
I
and
guess,
don't
but think
steal?
about it.
Then you add a laptop onto it.
No, think about it, Kamlesh. Tuseme mapolisi wanalipwa peanuts, right?
Yeah, but tunalipwa
Whatever. Wanalipwa pesa kidogo. Because I know the army also is not good. I was expecting when I used to be naive because I used to think wakitoka huko after 6 months wametoka na mapesa manini nini. And then I just came to realize, wakitoka huko mbona unakuja tu kusurvive? Unajua, it's because, and then later they take loans. Those are they're very, very common with loans.
Yeah.
And stuff
That's
like
how
that.
that's
So
how
pesa
most
yao
civil
inakatwa.
servants survive.
Pesa yao inakata. So salary kikuja inakuja 18k, pesa kidogo that can't manage their lifestyle. Na ujue pia wanapenda maneno.
What does it take to be a cop?
So
In terms of education.
But a D minus, itwa kipchirchir, be tall,
Really?
ability to take
Hamas
bribes.
also kidogo. They also weigh you,
And
your
learning.
height.
Don't be too
Is it
smart.
easy to control such people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I know. It's just
You think I'm kidding, but I'm
It's
dead
rhetorical.
serious. No, I'm not being rhetorical.
No, me, I was in regards
Oh.
to like they're literally enforced to do what's really happening.
Exactly,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you also
Yes.
take an oath.
Thank you.
So most definitely you have to stick to the oath.
You're now loyal to the government, not even the law.
Yeah.
So the government that is your boss. You just enforce the law as they interpret it.
Because hadi ukiangalia ile BBC whatever that was going on, come to think about it, I was see only GSU pekee. Ukiangalia hiyo documentary ilikuwa inasema unajua kuna uniform different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can tell huyu alitolewa hapa, huyu ni GSU. Kulikuwa na dini watu wa army na walikataa kuna watu wa army kwa hiyo demonstration. There were people from the army according to the uniforms and stuff like that. So let's say they've chosen people from different departments, right, to go fight. So probably if you're chosen during the demonstration, there's a fee. Or there is like a salary you're paid on top of your salary. Maybe that's why they go there brutal like that. Because what could they be offered? Because if it's the same salary, it doesn't make sense.
That is so
There has
true.
to be something they are offered so that when they go out on the street, they're just merciless.
That is so
Because it
true.
doesn't add up ati tu ni a
Yeah.
normal person na ile salary yake anasotia tu bado hivyo. Like it makes sense. Yeah,
They're
like
literally following directives.
like una shoot mtu ni kama they are dogs. Like
Yeah.
this is just another dog, like and then you just walk
It's
away.
just a cockroach.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I can't fathom it.
That was so bad.
It was
Wrong. It was hideous to watch.
It
Honestly.
was wrong. And then today, another video has surfaced as well. There was another guy that was shot around Imenti house.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was shot, I think, in Kwatumbo, and he was left there. Akiwa no, I think it's in the Tumbo. Yeah, he was shaking.
Oh my God, it's sad.
It's in the Tumbo because he was really struggling to breathe. And ni watu kwa ofisi wana record your video while
Because I need to confident pia kutoka kabla.
Yeah.
Some
No,
people are
because
not also meant.
I have a friend of mine ananiambia jana yeye alikuwa ameogopa, she left the office at 10:30 usiku
Yeah, people
with an
stay.
Uber.
Kabla hata unakumbuka time ya demonstration hadi kuronga.
Right.
Tulikuwa
Yes.
tunakaa huko hadi saa 4. Ndio ikitulia unachukua Uber hadi na unaishi Rongai. And that is just in Rongai. So some people it's dangerous for them. Some people can't. And also you saw it was like so unhealthy where women were being their luggages are being stolen, their stuff, and they were beating you and stuff like that. It was unsafe for a lot of people. So you definitely understand why some of them didn't even opt to go out. If it was just like a peaceful demonstration where it was just everybody with the same goal, it would be easier.
Which was supposed to be a peaceful demonstration.
You see, for me, they lost me when they had goons joining police. That's why you lost
And
me.
the police were escorting them.
Yeah, like when the goons and the police are in alliance, it tells me that the people in power are perpetrating this act, and they have no respect or want for well-being of the protesters, because that was a license here. Leo mkulie, and then itaamka kule.
Man, 520.
Actually, I remember yesterday I had reports.
At 527.
Niliona kwa vlog fulani 500. And then I've also seen Sakaja pretending and saying, you know, that act will not be allowed, and everybody who doesn't promote vandalization and CG havoc during demonstration and the right. And I'm like, these people are passing at your office and giving you shout outs. They were saying Sakaja tunalinda nchi. Why? Kama ni, if you've ever jobisi tumeipita na wewe mbele ya ofisi ya gava, uweze dipita ovyo ovyo.
So
unataka kuniambia unaweza pitaje hadi na kwanza umebeba nini? Umebeba room.
So,
it makes sense.
In regards to the guy that was shot, a CT scan of the brain confirmed that this is Kenyatta Hospital releasing a statement. A CT scan of the brain confirmed that the bullet struck the left side of the head. While his condition is still critical, he is alive and under close round-the-clock observation and care by our medical team.
This is right now.
Yeah, they
released a statement. No, this is today.
No, he hasn't passed
So
on.
he hasn't passed on.
Circulate propaganda.
No, it was like people said he had passed on, and then
But
later they confirmed, like later in the evening, that he's still alive. He was going to to surgery, and then now in the morning people have been saying he's alive, so the hospital has confirmed
And today,
16 other people.
and today they came out and said he was shot with a rubber bullet.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and it was a rubber bullet.
Rubber bullet inatoa gun, inatoa blood.
Bwana.
Let me, because you have pictures and videos.
And then we also had, actually in total, if actually utapata wanadanganya numbers, kama it's 16 more in Kenyatta, and that is because of yesterday's incident. Yesterday, remember, they did release a statement saying 22 casualties were reported. That was in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kilifi, and Kwale. So makarao kila kona niku. I mean, there's no protection.
Trigger happy.
And who is watching all this? This is crazy.
No, he released a statement.
This is crazy.
Well, this guy has released a statement to the president right now. Have you guys seen it?
Who?
He's on media.
Who?
Philip Okech, the Kenyatta University student, shot in the neck
Who?
on Tuesday.
Okay.
This country does not belong to anything or anyone but our purpose. This country belongs to our forefathers. This country belongs to the generation and us, this country. We want you to take good control of your robots uniformed policemen who sworn and vowed to take good care of the citizens.
Umsi ashamkaja natoa press. Ndio amesema babake alikuwa maumau. Damu yako utapata ilikuwa ya maumau.
Hey, trust me, I believe Ruto ana amani penye yako. This guy, trust me, is being shocked. Because also, how is this possible? He was shot yesterday and then he just came to address the president. The audacity. It's the audacity for me. I love the audacity in our people.
Here it is.
The audacity. They have it.
Allow me to begin by sending a warning to the so-called commander-in-chief, the president of the one term, William Ruto. We are tired as the young people of this country. I tell you that this country does not belong to anything, not anyone but our forefathers. This country belongs to our forefathers. This country belongs to the future generation and us, the welfare of this country. We want you to take good control of the robots in uniform of policemen who sworn and vowed to take good care of the citizens. But they have proven that they can be the burning problem towards the unarmed, sober, innocent Kenyan citizens of Kenya. I want you to remember that no amount of threats will threaten us. No amount of intimidation will intimidate us. The streets belong to the people. This will be to the streets until we get out of power. I want to send a warning. I send a warning.
That was in Nakuru. In Nakuru, that guy said, cheki. Wewe tuuze hii kitu, tuhame, tuuze, kila mtu apatiwe kwa kitu yake, tuendeleza maisha. And then we can all become Ugandan, eh? Very fast. We can all move. Tumwachie hii kitu. Tuone kama atatax watu wake solo.
I want to do the same thing in Uganda.
Huko we get it right. Huko kwanza tukifika, useme ni gone. Immediately, we're getting things right now.
It should be.
Listen, let's get things correct. Let's get things clear. At no point should any political leader, any civil servant feel like they're above the common mwananchi.
Kwani walishutiwa ngapi? Ni Tuesday gani? The other Tuesday? Cause this is not the same guy.
No. Jana si kuna mwenye alishutiwa shingo, kuna huyo mwenye alishutiwa kichwa, kuna huyo mwenye imetokea alishutiwa kifua ama sijui ni tumbo. Like that, jana they were very trigger happy. Okay, because they had the go ahead from government to go and do whatever they feel like doing. You could see the impunity that they were rolling around with. The minute you're rolling with goons, it means you're a goon.
Of course.
Okay, so in whose hands are we safe as a society? Who do we turn to when we feel aggrieved as a society? The same cops that will rob you, the same cops that will shoot you are the ones that are going to get your get you justice when you've been robbed. No.
Safe at all.
No, they won't.
At all.
We have to get a few things right in society if we're going to get society right. Number 1, good policing.
Skirt them off first.
Number 2, good governance. Okay? And number 3, less politicians, more leaders. That's all we need. And we can get society correct. Because if I'm sure that the police can help me without inflicting more damage or seeking bribes from me, I can feel secure in my home. If that's not the case, kindly make it easier for us to own weapons as well. 1 or 2 things. If I can't trust the police, then I shall take my own safety into my own hands, my own security into my own hands. And if the gangsters and thugs have guns, give me guns too. Because the police were looting shops.
I know.
The police were shooting innocent Kenyans. The
And
police
imagine people were recording videos.
exactly.
Okay.
And at this point, we have to even the field. We cannot sit back and let bad governance win. At no point is that an option. How many people were injured yesterday while fighting for justice of one person that was murdered? How many? Instead of listening, like just listening to people, what does it cost you to actually listen, engage? How easy will it have been to instead of sending police? Yeah. How about baraza la wananchi? Like actual come down to the maandamano and sit down with people as leaders. Okay? Sit down with people as actual adults and figure out how you get this country moving forward bila kuua more Kenyans. Like the way a leader responds to a crisis tells you a lot about their priorities. It's so easy to do that. Sakaja could have represented the president easy in that whatever. Like, and
Are you joking now?
what I'm saying is, as in the highest, siako na engagements zake.
Yeah.
As somebody in government from a high position in this city could have actually engaged the people instead of sending police to shoot. Even those police constables and OCSs, they've been taught conflict resolution. They could have handled. You all remember during the Mandamano in 2007, the 2007 post-election, there was this cop that gained praise for how he handled people in CBD and whatever, when he stopped 2 factions from fighting and actually had them talk. You know, and it's something that they are taught. They go for seminars, they go for entire whatever's courses on conflict resolution, on how to handle the public. Why don't you use that? Why don't you use officers, not and when I say officers, it's people that have been taught how to handle people, not watu wametoka kiganjo jana. Watu wametoka tu kuhemeshwa up and down mountains and long trails. Ndio unaachilia wakuje wa exhaust their pent up energy on it is not right, people. And it's as I said yesterday, it's a cycle that is forming. We do what we do, mnateta, mnatokea kwa streets, tunawafanyia ile kitu tena, mnaenda mnasikia vibaya, mnaongea kwa mneti, mnarudi tena tunawafanyia ile kitu, and when we feel like we are about to exhaust our resources and our political mileage with our international partners, we call you all on Twitter.
I feel like personally I was trying to still
Hot eye.
and then too much on I. It's okay. I was trying to think about it like this, where it's literally headed, because how many right now youths, children of people who have died under the hands of this current regime,
Yeah.
you know, a lot, literally. The abducted ones, the killed ones in the protests. It's different. If you look at it, it's different reasons of why they are missing and why they have died. Where we're headed, I feel like as Kenya is gonna live a little bit in 2027, I feel like it's gonna force even the older generation to come out, because it's your it's your children now dying. So you wanna tell me you have the balls to just sit down as a father, as a mom, and you don't want to talk about your kids dying, literally. Let's say if you've lost like 3 kids, I'm 2, let's say 2, you know, because of police brutality. You're gonna continue keeping quiet, like amtatoka kwenda kufight, ama you guys are gonna keep quiet about it. So I feel like actually it's gonna force the older generation to come out, whether they like it or not. You know, you'll be forced to be part of revolution
because your children will keep dying.
Exactly.
As it should be, honestly.
Because we are not safe in any shape or form. Nobody is nobody in government. Because we saw Ichungwa. What did Ichungwa say?
What did he say?
Ichungwa said, he said what?
He said we should take easy on the police, and police don't know how to control themselves.
What?
So this was the guy
we should stop provoking.
This was the guy
Let's
pushing the
stop
impeachment
provoking.
of Gachagua.
He's the majority leader.
The person was pushing the impeachment.
Yes. Yeye ndiye alienda baada karostiwa huko BBC.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's saying that we should take it in. And then Kenyans being Kenyans, Jana, when Gachagua was releasing statements purporting to be the holiest guy on the land, they released videos zake your time ya maandamano mengine akisema
asituma watu yeye pia. Si ilikuwa last time alisema pia ni Gachagua was part of that shit. Allegedly.
So when for these leaders, when certain things happen and you know your name is not safe, nyamaza tu.
Enyewe wakisema tu hawana plan yako isikwe Gachagua, guys. That's it. Like for real. When Ruto says like these people don't have plan, he doesn't have a plan for real. Plan yake ni Ruto atoke. And then what next?
Past that nothing.
Past that hakuna. Because you are even worse. Same WhatsApp group na yeye.
No,
so,
we need
literally whatever he says, or him coming out as this innocent person and anatoa news. When were we discussing about Gachagua? Was it yesterday on the reaction time? We're talking about how he used to do stuff, and now anasema as if he was not part of it. The number of people, the number of votes that are being sent, he even gave a specific number, like the discussion they had. He was part of that meeting because he was part of that government at that time.
Because even before the protest, right? He gave a whole statement of the plan of how it's gonna be, which happened.
And he said they had a meeting. These people have been trained like literally for that purpose, and of course it's gonna happen. So I'm like, okay, Gachagua, this was happening before last year. You were part of that government, so meaning you were in that meeting. Because how would you know specifically?
And it actually happened that it's like the same words he spoke out of his mouth manifested yesterday.
Oh, but you see,
he was part of it.
Of course.
You see, you have to ask yourself something, and this is why we were having a conversation with E earlier, and it was in regards to, it was Ian talks, it was in regards to philosophy and why we should be taught how to think philosophically. Okay, it's because philosophy just teaches you how to think. That's all. Look at what the crop of leaders we have now. What does it tell you? It tells me that the system is broken, because the only people that get to the top of the pyramid in regards to power-hungry people are the wrong people. It's never the right people in leadership.
Always.
Okay, it's always the people that aren't worthy of being in power, being in power. That tells me the system is broken. Let's start with thinking about our ethics and our leadership models of choosing leaders. Okay, at no point, most times, good leaders are not actually most times. All good leaders are very narcissistic, But good leaders don't make good governance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why they always have people around them that help in governing what they narcissistically protect. Good example, okay, is Kagame of Rwanda. He's very narcissistic about leading that country. Okay, but his cabinet sort of delivers. They sort of do stuff for the
Yeah, he's a
people.
narcissist, I do agree.
Yeah, he's very narcissistic about his he's a narcissist, and that's what these good you just want a narcissist that has ethics that guide the country forward.
Good propaganda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, not a narcissist
Okay.
that's geared towards sabotaging his own country. That's what we have here. We have a narcissist that is out for himself, not for the country. His cabinet reflects it. His entire party reflects it. The rhetoric under his party and his cabinet is the same as his entire rhetoric that he is giving us. It's what did Gachagua say when they attained power? In kampuni, people have shares
Yes,
in this government.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, and they're running it from that philosophy.
Yes. That's how we see the confidence and
Yes.
the audacity of how it comes or how it's delivered.
We have to teach young people how to critically think about
I
situations,
definitely agree with that.
how to look at things from not a hand-to-mouth perspective. And it has to be taught in like junior high or high
Yes.
school. It's not about a tertiary thing or tertiary education thing that it's only available to a few. It has to be amongst all of us. Okay? Because the minute you can teach young people how to think critically
Right.
about issues that they face, they will not look at them the same.
I feel critical thinking is just you just need to have it. If you don't have it, you just don't have
Oh,
it.
it can be taught,
It can
Joby.
be taught.
No, it can be taught. And in certain things, like when you realize, do you understand why right now the most powerful politicians are the worst politicians? Because the way power has been set up in today's time and age, it's set up for whoever is willing to do whatever to keep it. And that's not it should be about. Politics should be about serving. It should be like, you see how people say it's a calling to become a doctor. It should be a calling to become a politician. Like you just want to serve society, to see society become better. You should be like a people's person that seeks to make lives better for others. That's a politician. That's a true leader right there, not even a politician. Because politicians think in terms of 4 years and 5 years and re-elections. Leaders think in terms of difference made.
Yeah.
We need more leaders in society.
more
And
leaders.
the best way to do so is to manufacture human beings that have been taught how to think critically about societal issues and about their position in the global map. Because here's the thing, if most Africans were taught how to understand the white man's game, we wouldn't be where we are at.
True.
100%.
But
Okay? And that's where philosophy comes in.
there's something Keith says. I quote him. Your enemy will never teach you how to overthrow him.
Of course.
So that's up to us, literally, for
Of
us
course.
to go seek information and knowledge. Again, that's what I'm saying. I feel like critical thinking. If you just don't have it, you don't have it. Cause it also comes with, I don't know. Shaona mtu anaweza kuwa tu kwa class na hayuko kwa class.
No, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nachikia tu mse ukimwambia rust ni nini ataelewa. Sawa. He might not understand perfectly or how to give you the chemical formula of rust, but he understands how rust happens. And it's about the fundamentals. You don't need to know the depth of it. Just have fundamentals. The ABCDs, the 1, 2, 3s. The minute you know 2 plus 2 is 4, I cannot come tell you it's 8. You get? Because you can call me out on my bullshit. And that's where, when you have a constituency whereby hamna hata dispensaries or a ward, and then the politician coming in is promising you ICT centers and free healthcare. From where? Where is the free healthcare coming from? We don't have healthcare facilities. So we have to understand, when we have politicians saying we will curb free corruption, how? Tell me how you